Hey there, let me be real for a moment. Are you sitting at home with fragile bones? Maybe you're afraid to even do anything in case you break a bone. Then I want to show you how you can go from breakable to shatterproof, as many of our clients have done over the years. These bones of ours don't just need to hold us up, but they need to be loaded with weight 2 to 3 times per week. It's a powerful way to maintain and build bone mass because it stimulates bone forming cells and therefore increases bone density. And the good thing is that as we get stronger, the muscles pull even harder on our bones and they get stronger. Bone is living tissue that is constantly being broken down and rebuilt. But as we age, bone mass is lost a lot faster than it's created. So to help avoid this, we're going to look at the Shatterproof Trio, the 3 essential moves to create powerful bones. And don't leave early, because we have a bonus for you. We'll finish with what studies have shown is one of the top bone density movements that you can do at home, anywhere, anytime, no equipment needed. So if you're serious about building good quality bone, grab your weights, let's maintain good technique as we do it, and let's load up. So the first move that we'll do today is a squat. Most of us know how to do a squat because when we sit down the toilet every day, we do a squat. Now, these exercises might not be appropriate for everybody, particularly if you've got severe osteoporosis. So please check in with your doctor or health provider before you start these. But for most of us, these will be safe to do. Now, hip fractures are quite a big thing, particularly at the end of the femur here. So this is a great way to really load up that femur and really help that. This will help with our hips, our spine, and also going through our legs. So we're going to take a weight, whatever weight you feel comfortable with. So form and technique are everything as we head into these squats. You're going to hold the weight close. We're going to sit back into our heels. So keeping up that chest, a little hinge from those hips. And then from here, we're going down into a little kind of pretend seat. Just trying to sit down. If you can think about going onto a low toilet seat, it's probably the easiest way to think about it. As we come up, we're pushing up through those heels and standing up tall, squeezing the butt cheeks at the end, and this weight is staying close to my body. So just coming down and pushing up through those heels and standing up tall. Great. Now, if you do find that too hard to do a squat, because you're just kind of going forward onto the balls of your feet, which you don't want to be doing, then just pop a chair behind you, and it's easy enough then to just tap on your chair, standing up, or hover over the top of your chair and coming up. So there's a few ways to do the squat, but just keeping that weight nice and close and sitting back into that and pressing up through those heels. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't have good knees, the wider squat can be much more of a help here. Holding this up by the chest, just going to come down to where you feel comfortable. So you may only come a little way down those first few times that you do your squat. Just trying to keep that chest up and then just allowing those knees to track the same way as your toes. You don't want the knees in here while your toes are out there. So those knees need to always track the same way towards your toes and still pressing up through those heels, and at the top, nice little squeeze of the glutes as well. Just making sure you've got good posture with this. So as you come down and forward, I don't want you to lean right over here. We're trying to keep that chest up nice and high. And if you're wondering how many to do about 10 to 20 reps and 3 sets of that. Or if you like to time, then about 30 to 40 seconds. Have about a 15-second rest in between, and then continue for 2 more rounds of that timing. Just make sure you maintain good form with all of this. It's essential. Let's look at overhead press. Not all of you are going to have good range of motion up to here. So if your shoulder's not working for you, it may be that we just start here, so it's a part range of motion. I'm going to show you with a kettlebell, then show you with a set of dumbbells. So my kettlebell staying close to my chest, and I'm reaching up and overhead. Making sure my core is on, so a little pull in from the belly button to the spine and lifting overhead and taking that overhead. Great. The main thing you don't want to be doing here is doing a lean back as you lift up. You don't want to be making that spine bend backwards here. So just lifting straight up and little spine This works, by the way, overhead presses works right through that trunk, does a lot of work into the shoulder girdle, but also through the spine as well. We're doing quite a bit of work, so that upper kind of back area will get the effects of this. Now I've got 2 6-kilo weights here, and there's a few ways you can be doing this. Again, I'm going to breathe out. I can lift 1 and 1, so if my weights at home are too big, you can always take 1 up, come right back where that elbow rests against, kind of the back of your arm rests against your ribs, lifting 1 up and if you're okay with that, you could take both up, lifting both up to the ceiling. Obviously, that's going to be a lot harder for some of you. Again, if your shoulders were okay, you could take those arms further out, lifting 1 up and lifting 1 up, or lifting both up. So see how you go with that as to which one you do. A great way to work through that spine and that upper body. Let's look at our next move. If you want to regain and keep muscle after 55, download my free Regain Muscle Starter Guide. Not a workout, it's a foundation. It covers safety, form, balance, mobility, recovery, and protein so you can train at home with confidence. Since today we're talking about how muscle builds bone, what better guide to add to the lesson today? The link is in the description and pinned comment. So let's get back into it. And the third one of our trio is farmer's walks. This is an awesome one again. This will give you hip spine compression. This works all of your body. If you look at anyone without their top on, you can see their upper back working really hard, but it works everything. So as we walk along, I want you to think about walking tall, standing tall. When you think about your shoulder blades back, so not slumped forward, because these weights sometimes can slump us forward. We want to stand straight, shoulder blades in their place. We want to be looking straight ahead, and we also want to be standing tall. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to take these weights, we're going to try not to kind of lean side to side, and you can even make this a bit harder with a really big weight on one hand and a lighter weight on the other. So that really works your core that little bit more. And you can be walking, if your weights are really heavy, then try to go for a minute. If your weights are not so heavy, but you still feel like it's a challenging weight, go for as long as you can. I love these walks because every day now I do this on my dog walk. So I carry at least 1 weight in a hand. So it's my farmer's walk or my suitcase walk, but I'm just trying to stand up tall as I go. Always thinking about not allowing those shoulder blades to kind of lean. You can see if I lean a bit forward. So standing tall, think about the whole time you're there, standing tall, heel to toe walk. So heel comes down first, walking through the ball of the foot, and just aiming to stay nice and upright, nice and tall. Great, and you know what? With a farmer's walk, you can also step to the side as well. You may do a few steps to the side and a few steps to the side. Again, just trying to hold nice and tall. And if you're really good, you may even walk backwards, but making sure there's no trip hazards behind you, and walking forward and walking back. Remembering that not all these exercises are good for everyone. You may not enjoy the walking back, so just turn around and walk the other way. Now, my favorite farmer's walk. I sometimes walk with a 20-kilo weighted vest. I could put that on, but my favorite is when I walk with about my 12-kilo backpack here, and I've just stuck in some of my my kind of weighted bags in there. And as I walk along, I can then, I also add a kettlebell to it. So it's a great way to get my farmer's walks in. So sometimes I will mix this weight on my back with 2 6 kilos, but often I'll just walk with my 8. So it takes me up, if I've got 12 kilos here and an 8 kilo here, it takes me up to about 20 kilos, standing tall still and walking along with this weight on my back and a weight in my hand. And then I swap, as I'm walking along, I swap this weight in my hand from hand to hand. So as I'm going along, my aim is to stand up nice and tall and then swapping that weight from one hand to the other. So this is a great one for me too. It really loads up my body, loads up my whole torso with extra weight. And I tell you what, I feel really good because of it. Well, the good thing about walking, doing a farmer's walk or any sort of a walk with a loaded vest or a loaded backpack, is that you can start small. So if you were walking along, you could start with a 2 kilo weight, add 2 kilos each couple of weeks until you've built up to 12 to 14 kilos, and you'll be amazed at how good your body feels and getting those bones more unbreakable, because that's what we're here for. You know, we're all about, why do we want unbreakable bones? Because we all know we're going to fall at some stage. All of us are going to fall. I was at the beach not long ago, 2 dogs came along behind me and took me up in the air, slammed me down. I rolled my ankle, but it didn't break a bone. So that's the aim, is that something's going to come at us at some stage. We can't see something behind us. It may be that we've got great balance, but we trip over something and we fall. We want to know that those bones are going to be really strong, unbreakable. So let's get into our bonus. And the bonus is jumping. Yes, jumping. Do you know, as little as kind of 10 to 20 jumps a day, or even if you can't do 10 to 20 jumps a day, about 50 jumps per week, so research shows, will actually impact on our bone growth and bone health. So there's a few ways that we can progress this along. So we'll have a bit of a look at that today. And what I would like to tell you, maybe you get these jumps in. Every time you come out of the toilet, think about doing 5 to 10 jumps. And you know what? You'll be well on your way. So maybe every time you go to the toilet, gee, you'll be getting a lot of jumps in if you're somebody that goes to the toilet a lot. But maybe every time you come out from the toilet, think about doing some little jumps. Not too hard to do. I'm going to show you some progressions so you can decide which one's just right for you. So we can start with just coming up on the balls of our feet, coming down hard on our heels. That can be the first way you might start. Then you might want to just stomp the ground. So maybe when you come out from that toilet, at first of all, you just do some nice hard stomps. You want to stomp down, stomp, stomp. So nice big stomps. Then you can be doing some small jumps. They might only be small jumps where you're just getting some air in between you and the ground. Just little jumps. And we only need not too many of these a day. So if you're strength training and adding some jumps to it, absolute bonus. Now from there, you could be trying to take nice big hops. Now if you're doing big hops, you want to land softly. So when you land, you don't want to land with your legs kind of straight. You want to absorb the impact. So as we jump, we land softly. So some nice soft knees, and it all becomes one. We don't land, then go down. It's all one move. So as we jump up, pushing off the balls of our feet, and we land back down again and landing softly. So each land is a soft land. Now, if you don't like doing these, a rebounder could be the way to go. A good quality rebounder. I've had rebounders before where the springs break, so just make sure that you resource some reviews on that rebounder if you're going to buy one. And you can tell this gets your heart rate up as well. And now we're going to go a little bit more high intensity jump. Let's have a look. Now if you've got a step at home, you could be jumping off a step. But obviously, if you're not already good at jumping inside, I wouldn't jump off a step. And if you're unstable, certainly do not jump off a step. This is for those that are stable and have already know that they can jump and jump okay and not be frail and not fall. But you can be on a higher step and we're just going to jump off the step, then another little jump. Again, landing softly with those knees. We can take that again, little jump off, then another jump. Okay? So there's some simple ways to be able to get that density built up again, because I know I've seen too many clients come through my door who had osteoporosis, osteopenia, and within a short time of strength training, they have changed the results on their scans. And in fact, a couple of years down the track, amazing results. So don't ever think that it's too late for you, and don't ever think you're too old. You are never too old. I'm a 63-year-old and my bones are good. I know, because I've had a couple of falls in the last couple of years through no fault of my own. Just means something that someone's lay on the floor and I've tripped over it and bang. Or at the beach that day with the dogs, bang. But bones have been good. So Keep at it. I know you can do this, and I absolutely know your bones can get stronger. So keep at it. So that's your jumping bonus. Short, crisp, and do anywhere. And those carry, squat, press movements, well, they're just 3 of our 12 active daily life movements, the backbone of GrandmaSTRONG. This is how we make everyday life unbreakable. So are you ready to go deeper? In the description and the pinned comment, you'll find links to a deeper dive on carry, squat, and press, each with follow-along workouts and an overview of all 12 ADL, all activity of daily life movements, so you can see the full map. Pick a link, start today, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video.